The kids get plenty of screen time out of school.
Yeah.
They don't need more screen time in school.
Yeah.
What is your response?
So screen time's interesting for a number of reasons. One is that I think we need to be a little more precise than screen time. Screen time is a very blunt instrument. I think part of what we need to be doing is saying, what are we doing during that time? And if it's just sitting there passively watching, then yeah, let's limit that. Let's limit it a lot. If, on the other hand, it's time that's being used to write and create and design, I don't know that I want to limit that. I think we want to encourage that, and we want to encourage students to be doing more of that. And so screen time is just too, you need to be asking what's happening during that time before you can make that decision. And by the way, I should mention one other thing. Most of the screen time studies that people recite were conducted based on television, which is an inherently passive medium. And so when we think about whether that should be limited, we should just be cautious about the facts that we're looking at, because we're, if we're talking about just passive, even using an interactive device, if we're talking about using it in a passive way, yeah, I do think that should be limited.
We've seen a lot of screen time. It's not, the kids aren't watching. They're doing something that it requires them to add some numbers, and if they get it right, a little bell goes off and they get to do something else. So it's on one level active, but I'm not sure it's engagement. It's what is your...
So we have to be much better at evaluating the effectiveness of technology tools that we put in front of students, apps, right? Just because it's on an app store somewhere doesn't mean that it's high enough quality to have my kids use, to have kids in schools use. And we need to be really asking those questions and trying that out. We need to be looking at, are students more engaged? Are they performing better? Are they feeling like they understand these concepts better?
How do you evaluate that?
There are a whole number of ways that you can do it. One is certainly looking at how students perform. Right? If you have a student that's struggling in a particular area, really having trouble with a particular concept, and they're able to use a tool or an app and can demonstrate to mastery, or at least being able to understand those concepts better, that's a sign that there's probably something that's working there. If students are feeling engaged and excited about learning, that's another sign that I think we want to be looking for. If you have students that have a tool in front of them that is not engaging, that they're not, it's feeling like it's just taking them through rote learning, I think that's something we'd want to consider and consider finding better tools to replace it with. I was with one quick story. I had somebody come into my office once that had licensed a pack of worksheets. You remember those dittos, the purple smelly worksheets we used to have? They'd licensed a pack of those, and they'd scanned them and put them onto a tablet, and came in to show me this app. They said, what do you think of the app that we have? Instead of matching A to B with a pencil, you can do it with your finger. And the only thing that I could think to say was, you have a device that has more computing power than what we used to take the first people to the moon, and you're using it for dittos? That's not the type of transformational learning that we are seeing when technology is used effectively.